WandaVision. What I would do to erase my memory of this show, just to rewatch it again. What a time we had watching this show together. All you lovely people joining this channel for the first time. So if you haven't been here for the other stinker meter I did one for the Mandalorian season 2. Basically, I will take everything bad about the show. At the end, well, first I'll praise the show, because if I'm doing a stinker meter on it, I most likely love it a lot, or I hate it a lot. But for this one, I mean, you guys already know. You guys already know about WandaVision. You guys just heard. Anyways, I'm going to take whatever's bad about the show, add up the amount of stink for it, put it on the stinker meter scale it out, weigh it, measure it, let the fate decide, and then I will give you my final verdict on how I feel about the show and what percent it gets from 0 to 100 on the stinker meter. But now, time for WandaVision. So I just want to start by saying, you just had to be there every week. You had to be there for the theories building the show up, making you go back and watch certain parts. Every single week you would go in the background to look for certain things that are hidden with meaning. You'd think there would be meaning, and then sometimes there wouldn't be. And we were just like a crazy fan base for 8 weeks straight watching this show. Yeah, this show was basically 8 weeks of hype leading up to the finale, which had some mixed reactions. I'm gonna be honest, it had some mixed reactions, to put it lightly. But who knows, maybe the people that watch this in the future, that watch WandaVision in the future, when all the episodes are already out, maybe they'll like the finale a bit more, because, I mean, they're not there every week seeing all the theories pop up and getting your expectations up and then being let down by the finale. But yeah, it was definitely mixed. I enjoyed it, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk more about that in a second. But anyways, I will be getting in some spoilery territory here coming up, so just look out for that. And yeah, if you don't want to see spoilers, click off the video now. Okay, so first off, I want to say thank you so much for the team over at WandaVision, over at Marvel Studios, who decided to release 2 episodes to start off with, because releasing those 2 first episodes together in 1 week, oh, that was a blessing, dude. I mean, the show started off pretty slow, I'm gonna be honest. The beginning of the show was a bit slow for your average Marvel consumer of television. Now, as fans, on the other hand, I mean, we were loving it. We enjoyed the 50s and 60s. That could have been spread out in 2 weeks. Doesn't even matter. For us, we enjoyed it. We loved it. We loved the characters already. So it was just a fun time for us. But for your average Marvel entertainment consumer, there were some mixed ratings, I'm gonna be honest, at the beginning. When the show first dropped, it was surprisingly controversial. I was seeing a lot of hate every week for the show, well, at least for the first, I mean, only 2 weeks. But there was a lot of bad reviews, a lot of hate. People are saying it's boring. They're saying it's not even Marvel. Lots of bad stuff about it. But then just a week later, people just had to wait a week, and the show picked up by a long shot. Stuff started getting crazy in the show. Disney Plus would crash constantly whenever people were logging in to watch the show at night. WandaVision would trend off the charts every Thursday and Friday, and quickly became one of the most loved, highest rated Marvel products, or I guess television, movie, show, whatever, highest rated work from Marvel. So yeah, that alone is saying a lot about what we have to work with here. Now, this show sets up and drops hints at a lot of things, many things to come in the future of the MCU, from Vision being reborn, to one of the most powerful Marvel superheroes and/slash villains, the Scarlet Witch, being forged, to the reunion of characters such as Darcy Lewis from Thor, James E. Woo or Jimmy Woo from Ant-Man, Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel. She was a little girl in that movie. They recast her as a grown-up adult in this one. It brings a lot together, a lot of parts from the MCU all over the place, all over the universe, and it does it surprisingly well. Or I shouldn't really say all from over the universe, they're all from Earth. But anyways, all these people come together in one place, and that place is Westview, New Jersey. Now, in Westview, New Jersey, there is a big, giant anomaly around the entire town, or hex, as Darcy Lewis likes to call it, of course, that has formed around the town and is trapping hundreds of innocent civilians on the inside. Now, I'm not going to summarize the whole show for you, but definitely go watch it if you haven't seen it already, or go watch my reactions if you have seen it to all the best moments. I reacted to the entire series here on the channel, so you can go check that out. But basically, this show is cut up in 2 different ways. So there is a sitcom reality going on inside the hex, and on the outside, we have a view of the investigation going on what the hex is, what the anomaly is, how it started, what's going on with it, why there's hundreds of people trapped inside, which is a little like, so there's a sitcom and then there's like an X-Files type show investigation from this new place called Sword, which is basically like Shield, like the shield and the sword of the earth. You know, Shield protects on the inside, Sword protects from outside entities and outside threats. They kind of change it from the comics in this show a little bit, but I'm not going to get too much into it. Anyways, sitcom show going on the inside, X-Files investigation type show going on the outside. And we flip between both realities, happening at the same time, by the way, but still I'm going to call them different realities. Both realities, we switch between them, and I mean, that's WandaVision for you. But yeah, I'm not going to summarize the entire show, but anyways, if you have already seen my reactions, you know how I feel about the show. I loved it. I loved almost every moment of it, except for, of course, like the 12 a.m. crashing that Disney Plus would do. That was super annoying. But anyways, that's just because it was so popular. It gained popularity very fast. They were not expecting this, even though they're Disney, they're Marvel, they are WandaVision, but I don't know how they didn't expect it. But that's just showing a lot that it grew a big fan base. People were watching it at 12 a.m. every night, or 3 a.m. depending on which time zone you're in. But yeah, it grew very fast, and it would crash for the last couple episodes constantly. So yeah, that is of course not the show's fault. I mean, I guess it was just too good. I don't know. But yeah, everything else besides the crashing, I really, really loved. And especially the character growth. I mean, basically WandaVision, that's the whole reason WandaVision was made, for the characters. It's a big show about character growth. And for the people telling you can skip it and it does nothing for the MCU, it changes nothing, you can skip it, go straight to the movies that are coming out in the future, and you wouldn't have missed anything, dude, they are dead wrong. This show changes a lot and it sets up a whole lot. Let's just get into a couple of things it sets up, okay? Just so people know, because I mean, some people are really saying on Twitter, like, you can skip the show, it won't matter for the future of the MCU. I mean, sure, you can get summaries of everything, but watching this, seeing the character growth, seeing the origin story of the Scarlet Witch, it's fantastic. Basically, this show explains Vision's return from his death in Infinity War, Wanda's full powers and potential, the Darkhold now in the MCU. People can be born as witches, which we didn't know before. There's new superheroes such as Wiccan, Speed, Photon, Spectrum. The Fox universe is Quicksilver. In this universe, in this reality, it's just a random guy who's an actor named Ralph. But I mean, that's not too important. But it is showing that there's different realities, different versions of people. Because Fox still got that guy is Quicksilver, but in this reality, he's just a guy named Ralph doing an acting job. It sets up for Captain Marvel 2, Secret Invasion, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Jimmy Woo is probably going to go on to do some Ant-Man stuff. Darcy, we've heard by the cast, is already going to do other things as well. So it sets up a whole lot. These characters are very important, and I mean, the story's going places in the MCU. I mean, this is the beginning of Phase 4, so it's pretty important being the beginning of all this. And I really quickly just got to say the camera work, the camera quality in this show is so good. Like, usually you expect with a show to have worse quality than like your general like IMAX mega blockbuster 10 billion resolution movie theater production like Avengers Endgame, right? That's what you think. But this show actually uses the same exact equipment, same camera, everything from Avengers Endgame. It looks fantastic on my 4K TV out there. I mean, when I'm watching it on here on my little monitor, it doesn't look too good. My monitor is just stupid. But if you watch it on a good TV, oh my gosh. This show is beautiful, dude. It's Avengers Endgame quality because, I mean, they use the same stuff. They had a bigger budget, lots of CGI. It's crazy. This show was amazing just to like look at. Quality is top notch. The story is fantastic. The characters are amazing and the setup is wonderful. But now it is time. It's time for the bad stuff. So I'm going to tell you right now, there's not much wrong with this show, but I guess here's the list of stuff. Okay, first off, the episode length, I wish was a bit longer. I mean, Disney Plus shows, of course, are getting pretty short. Like Mandalorian's pretty short. This is only like 30-minute episodes, except for the finale. They're pretty short, and they had to cut out some scenes. Like the director, a couple days ago, started talking about this scene, which was a fan theory, by the way, and ended up coming true. Senior Scratchies, the rabbit, was supposed to turn into a giant demon, have a face-off in Agatha's basement against Photon, Wiccan, Speed, and Quicksilver as Ralph. I don't think he would be doing anything since he's just Ralph at that point. But anyways, that was supposed to be a giant demon, They cut it out. They already shot it and everything. I mean, I think episode length contributed heavily to a lot of things being cut out and a lot of unexplained things. So that's my main gripe with this show. Honestly, as a gripe, I mean, that's the best you can hope for, because honestly, it's good that I wanted more. It's good that the audience wants more. That just shows how good of a show it is and how much you just want from it. And you just wish there was more. I think some extra character resolution would have been nice to see by the finale. Again, that kind of ties in with episode length as well. That's a loud car, yo. I think one black and white episode would have sufficed for the 50s and 60s era. They could have tied those two episodes together into one episode. So we basically still get 9 episodes, but just like an extra one. And those ones are tied together. I think that, and then they release just one episode at the beginning. Would have been very nice to see. Just so we have extra character resolution, of course, at the end. Or just get a 10th episode. But, I mean, the story from the first episode to now, it was perfect. I don't think a 10th episode they would be able to do much. So if they just tied in those two together and then just had some extra resolution at the end with some of the characters, that would have been nice to see. Like, I know they want us to theorize where WandaVision might have gone, but it just feels kind of strange with him disappearing and there's not really like a mention of him after that. Same with Jamie Woo. He's going, I mean, is he going to Ant-Man? Where is he going? Hayward, where is he? Is he going to prison? Like, what are they doing with him? Where did Darcy go at the end? I mean, she was just too lazy to show up for the Hayward thing, so she's just gone unexplained. Why didn't Why didn't Wanda go investigate Agatha's magical basement? I mean, we didn't see that happen. She could have, but like it was maybe cut. There's just a lot at the end, especially that's left in the dark. So yeah, basically that's gonna add a little bit of stink to the stinker meter. Yeah, overall, I just think those are my only complaints really with the show. I just can't praise the show enough, and for Marvel fans like myself, it was just a blast to watch every week. And for a final verdict, I'm gonna give this show a 10% on the stinker meter, 5% coming from episode length, 5% coming from unexplained character resolutions. So 10% on the stinker meter, that is weighing it out at a total of 90%. WandaVision gets a 90% from me. Yeah, I loved it a lot. And again, go watch my reactions if you haven't seen them already, so you can see my reviews basically on each episode individually, see what I thought for each episode. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.